Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for Memorial Hermann's Resolution Workout Series. My name is Joshua Hack. I'm the Athletic Performance Director here at Athlete Training and Health Cyprus, and today we're joined by Tavel Daniels. He is our Senior Performance Coach here also at Athlete Training and Health Cyprus. Today we're going to show you a few exercises that can be done with either dumbbells and or body weight. When doing these exercises, we often ask our clients to do roughly 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. So here we're going to have a squat to neutral press. So he's going to go to neutral position. He's going to squat down nice and low. And as he comes to the top, he's going to press up overhead, getting full extension. If he was to repeat that, and if you view it from the side, again, he's going to squat down, press overhead. We're trying to look for a straight line of his arms all the way down to those heels. This exercise is a great compound movement, good for the shoulders, quads, core, triceps even. Great upper body or full body movement. So here we have a reverse lunge and overhead press. Tavel's going to stack neutral position, and then he's going to go into reverse lunge. As he lunges, he's going to press overhead at the same time and then coming back up. Again, if you were to view this from the side, he's going to step back, lunge and press, again trying to stack arm in line with the rest of the torso. This is again a great compound movement incorporating lower and upper body as well as a little bit of balance. Here we have a dumbbell reverse lunge and bicep curl. So he's going to step back into reverse lunge. Once he's there, he's going to bicep curl, lower back down, and then stand right back up. Again, first pressing overhead is a little bit tough. This is a good variation to again incorporate a full body movement. So you're incorporating lower and upper body. Great for efficiency. All right, next up we have a plank, the tried and true. So wrists stacked right underneath our shoulders, maintaining a straight line from ear all the way to his heels, really engaging in that core, trying to be as stable as possible. Typically we ask people to hold this for maybe 15 to 45 seconds based on how experienced you are with this exercise. All right, next up we have our lateral lunges. So we did some lunges, but now we're going to put them into the frontal plane, meaning we're moving side to side. So Tavel is going to lunge either direction, really. Perfect, sinking nice and low into that hip before he comes back up, and then going to the opposite side, doing his best to keep that opposite leg nice and straight. Great lower body exercise, and also very important to include different planes of motion so we're not always doing things right here. All right, next up we have a glute bridge. So Tavel's gonna go ahead and lay down on the floor, initially placing his feet maybe just in front of the knees. The muscle involved here is in the name, it's glute bridge. So he's gonna push his heels into the ground, lift his heels up or hips up as high as he possibly can, squeezing those glutes, pausing at the top before he lowers back down. All right, now we have an RDL iso plus row. So Tavel's holding onto his dumbbell, he's gonna hinge at the hips, keeping a neutral spine. Perfect, right about there. Again, you're gonna hear me say this a lot, straight line from ears to hips. And then from there, keeping his core nice engaged, he's gonna row up, pulling those dumbbells back before lowering them right back down, nice and controlled. If you're gonna do another rep really quick, you're gonna see at the top, he's gonna squeeze his shoulder blades together as he pulls up, pulling together, and then lowering back down, nice and controlled. Now we have a suitcase deadlift to press. Suitcase meaning we're holding a dumbbell in one hand, creating a little bit of asymmetry in the body. This involves or requires that the core gets a little bit more involved in this lift. So to demonstrate, again, holding on one side, Tavel is gonna hinge at his hips, keeping a nice neutral spine. And then as he comes up, he's gonna pull that dumbbell to his shoulders and then press overhead. Again, if you were to see this from the side, he's maintaining that straight line from his ears to his hips, hinging in there. Then as he comes up, pulling that dumbbell to his shoulders and pressing overhead. All right, next up we have a renegade row. So Tavel's gonna set up in a plank position, actually placing the dumbbells in his hands. Now, from here, his feet are about shoulder width apart to give him a nice solid base. And he's gonna pull one of his arms up into a row before lowering it back down and switching sides. The challenge here is keeping your hips square. So as you go into your row, your hips are gonna wanna rotate. You have to keep that core engaged and everything nice and solid to maintain a nice neutral spine. Next up, we have a chest press from the floor. So laying down on the floor, holding onto your dumbbells, kind of let them come to your chest. Good, nice and stable. You're gonna press up, pausing at the top, and nice and controlled down, making sure that those dumbbells are coming right about to your sternum, so midline of the chest, not too high, not too low. Perfect. All right, next up we have our skull crusher. So again, laying down on the ground, grabbing those dumbbells. We'll initially start off with the dumbbells up in our press position. And then what he's gonna do Keeping his arms nice and stable at the shoulder location. He's gonna bend just at the elbows, bringing them down so that if he were to slip, they'd crush his skull, and then press right back up. So these are skull crushers. Again, bending at the elbows, getting them nice and close to your forehead, and pressing back up. All right, here we have skater jumps. So what he's gonna do is set up in a nice stable position. He's gonna jump side to side before returning back to the opposite side. This is what we call a plyometric, specifically in that frontal plane. All right, here we have a tricep dip. We do have a bench here, but we can also use, like stairs, we can use a couch, we can use a chair, anything that's roughly this height. What he's gonna do is he's gonna sit down, place his hands just outside of his hips, and then from here, once he's out and floating off the bench, he's gonna press his shoulders down and away from the ears, trying to keep his shoulders away from the ears the whole time, and then bending from the elbows to lower his glutes down to the ground as low as he can before coming back up. Thank you so much for joining us today, and make sure to keep up with Memorial Hermann's Resolution Workout Series.